Hello everyone! Today we're playing Quest for Glory 1, the original EGA version, Quest for Glory 1. Um, Quest for Glory is one of my favorite Sierra series, along with Space Quest. Um, King's Quest, Quest for Glory, and Space Quest are what I think of when I hear Sierra. Space Quest, of course, being the comedy side, King's Quest being the adventure side, which I haven't actually played at all. And this one is sort of in the middle. Sierra, famed for their adventure games, of course. By the way, you will need the information contained in the printed documentation to successfully complete this game. False, but Sierra is well known for doing copy protection that way, by asking you for words in the manual, for instance. If you don't have the manual, you are kind of screwed. None of that, I think, is in this game. Congratulations, you have discovered the first bug in this game. 'Cause it's a bug, see? Scorpion? Yeah. There's not much in the introduction, so I'm not going to play it. There's a kind of a dragon and then credits, but that's cool. We shall, however, start a new hero. A thief. While I have played a fighter before, and it's pretty good, I am not as fond with that particular class as I am the mage or the thief. The thief is my favorite. Mages can be pretty cool. Of course, all three classes have their own unique elements to the game, special things that they can get involved in, and I enjoy the thief ones. Over the Quest for Glory series, you can export your character at the end of Quest for Glory 1 and import them into Quest for Glory 2. Now, since I like some of the thief elements of the later games, I'm going to start out with a thief so I don't have to start over with a new character. Okay, so, as we can see, I've started with my name. I've bumped my strength a little bit. Agility's fairly high, I guess. Vitality is up as well. Luck, I haven't seen its use. I don't know what it does, so whatever. Weapon use I don't really muck with. Dodge, however, is semi-important for combat. Stealth, fairly high. Picklocks, a little bit high. We can practice picklocks, throwing, and climbing basically at will. So throwing and climbing I don't even spend points on. Magic, of course, we're not a mage. We could, say, do that. Oh, it won't even let us. I thought you could. Okay. Since we're not a mage, we can't get magic. Maybe my intelligence is too low. Anyhow, not a big deal, because I'm not going to use magic at all anyway. So, let's start the game. Here we are. This seems like a quiet little town. On the porch ahead of you are two people. The standing one is large, rather ugly, and playing with a yo-yo. The seated person smoking a pipe looks like he might be the sheriff. Walk, walk, walk. The man with the pipe greets you. Welcome to our town. You're lucky to have made it down from the mountains before the snow blocked the pass again. It's gotten pretty dangerous outside of town, I understand. Many monsters have been trapped around here with the late snow. Between them and the brigands, we certainly could use a hero around here. Good thing I'm a hero. I am Sheriff Schultz Meisterson. This is Otto von Goon, my assistant. What do you call yourself? My name, of course. Good luck in your quest. Okay. Now that we have control, I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping. Turn the music down. We have an inventory, a character sheet. We can look at the time of day, which will become important. Ask about things and look at things. This is a parser-based game, so you can get all of these by typing. We're carrying food rations for a week, basically. A dagger, leather armor, and a lockpick. We have 4 gold coins and 10 silver. The lockpicks I'm not too worried about. The 2 areas that I know of right off the bat that I can get into don't break the pick or anything, so dagger and leather armor are for combat, of course. We'll get more daggers to throw. We can look around, but we get the message we got before. Let's look at the yo-yo. Up and down, etc. It's a yo-yo. Look at the sheriff. He appears to be an affable old coot, content to smoke his pipe. There's a hardness behind his eyes, however, that gives you reason to believe that he's no pushover. We can ask about things. We heard about monsters. That sounds interesting. The monsters come down from the mountains every winter, but they're usually gone by now. The Baron just doesn't have enough men to handle them. Wolfgang is the one to talk to about monsters. He's had a lot of experience with them. Oh, really? There is a Baron? Baron Stefan keeps mostly to himself at his castle north of here. We haven't seen him here in town for years. Okay. Castle. Well, alright. Now, I did hear about brigands. There's a whole band of brigands hiding out somewhere in the mountains around us. They robbed a merchant just last week. Got a fair amount of treasure, I hear. Okay. How about the big guy? Let's talk to Otto. And Otto only expresses himself physically. So, I can't think of anything else to ask. Let's read this note on the door. There's a sign on the door of the barber shop informing whoever reads it that the barber is out to lunch. The door is locked. And that's the last we'll hear of the barber. Until maybe the end of the game. Anyway, we don't care about him. We have a Hero's Tale Inn. The windows glow from the light inside. The sign reads, Hero's Tale Inn. Let's go inside. Welcome, welcome, traveler, to the Hero's Tale Inn. I am Chimene, at your service. May you find what you seek here. Let's look about. This looks like an alpine inn, complete with dishes on the wall and heavy beams on the ceiling. It is pleasantly warm, and the aroma of strange spices fills the air. Okay. I don't even know if this works. The aromas are enticing. Okay. Let's look at Chimene. You see a small cat-like creature known as a kata. You've heard that katas are common in the southern deserts, which I think is the next game. King's Quest, not King's Quest, Quest for Glory 2, something something in deserts. So, let's go over here and ask him about the inn. I have run this inn for 3 years now with Shima. Oh. We had thought to return to Shapir, my homeland, with Abdullah Du, but alas, fate has decreed otherwise. Okay, we learned about a few new things. Ask about Shima. Shima is my mate and the light of my life. If you sit down, she will be happy to serve you. Okay, we heard about Abdullah. My friend Abdullah is recovering from his robbery last week. He should be here around supper time. Really? He was robbed? Alas, the brigands stole all of Abdullah's wealth and mine own when they robbed his caravan. Now I am forced to stay in this wet, cold land. Brigands, you say? I know little about them except that they must be wealthy by now. And soon we will be. Okay. Ask about Shapir. We live far to the south in the desert lands. Someday we may yet return there. Okay. Good deal. I can't think of anything else to ask, so let's sit. Clap, clap. Why, hello there. I am Shima. Allow me to serve you, wanderer from afar. Do you wish food or drink? Well, let's ask about the food. We have very good stew of newborn lamb, along with honey chicken for a mere 3 silvers. 3 silvers is a little bit expensive, so no, that's okay. How about drinks? We have rich black coffee, freshly ground and brewed as only my people do. Such coffee will bring you to your full alertness, meaning, of course, it'll restore our stamina. We also have a tea of the rarest herbs, which will quench the thirst of the desert. Each is only 1 silver. I'm not terribly interested in those, but how you doing? I am called Shima, mate of Chimene, your humble servant. Chimene is one of the oldest and is of the oldest and finest ancestry of the Kata people. We know about Abdullah. She merely blushes as if embarrassed. She appears to be very shy. Okay, well, let's just move on then. Sorry, take a little drink there. And there's a door there that we saw her go into. That must be the kitchens. The door with the window in it must be the door to the kitchen. The other door goes elsewhere in the inn. Let's find out. Appears to be stuck fast. Okay, well, whatever. Let's go in the kitchens. For all that this door appears to be free to swing back and forth, it doesn't budge when you try to open it. Ugh. Okay, well, that's enough of the inn. Let's move this way. Hey! There is a magic shop. Not only does this building look weird, but it feels weird to be near it. There's no getting around it. A shop with its eye on you makes you nervous. As well it should. Ooh, fire. She's deeply asleep in her rocker. There's not much we can do with her right now. You can just see a thin thread of light under the door, so there's probably someone inside. We'll go into the guild hall, and then the magic shop. This Adventurers Guild Hall reminds you of the one in your hometown, the traditional moose head, and other stuffed monsters. Saurus, troll, griffin, dragon, cheetar, and the terrible Antwerp adorn the walls. You see the registration book on the desk and the bulletin board full of job listings. The man seated by the fire must be the guildmaster. He is snoring. Now in the VGA version, a lot of this looks a lot better, honestly. Let's look around. Okay, we know those. Let's look at the moose head. The plaque under the moose says, courtesy of Sierra Online Prop Department. There's actually a moose head in a lot of Sierra games, I've come to find. This is certainly a weird one. You've never seen anything quite like it. The plaque reads, Antwerp slain by 2 guys from Andromeda. If you have played the Space Quest games, you will remember that the 2 guys from Andromeda are, I think, the directors of the game or something like that. Oh, producers, something. Anyway, they're the 2 main guys. Scott and Mark, I think. It's been a long time. Anyhow, we don't know about Antwerps yet, so let's look at the griffin. This crossbreed of eagle and lion could have torn a man apart when it was alive. The plaque reads, Griffin slain by Wolfgang Abentoir. Troll. It looks like it must have been a particularly nasty troll. You wouldn't want to meet him in a dark forest. The plaque reads, Troll slain by Wolfgang Abentoir. I'm probably butchering that name. Abentoir. Whatever. Don't care. What were those things? Okay, we'll just look at the dragon. Even in death, this monster remains awesome. It is a pretty big head. The plaque reads, Dragon slain by Baron Stefan von Spielberg. Of course, Spielberg being where we are. Loco. Look. Okay. On the desk are an old but ornate leather-bound book and a quill pen in the ink bottle. Let's look at that book. Bat. I have no idea what's going on. The last entry was made several years ago. It says, Baronet Bernard von Spielberg killed a troll, near the Flying Falls on this 23rd day of October. Apparently they combine their months. Let's go ahead and sign the book. We're an adventurer. You sign your name into the adventurer's logbook with a flourish. I'm not going to disturb him quite yet. We'll just look at the board. Hey, reward for return of lost ring. Inquire at the healers. This poster is rather dusty and faded. The pictures of a small child with braids. Reward of 50 gold coins for the safe return of Elsa von Spielberg. Inquire at Spielberg Castle Gates. Okay, reward of 30 gold coins for the capture or death of the Brigand Warlock. Description: short, ugly, and wears brightly colored robes. Has habit of laughing continually. Inquire at Spielberg Castle Gates. Wanted, brigand leader. Description: unknown appearance, wears a cloak. Must provide proof of leader's identity. Reward of 60 gold coins and title of Hero of the Realm. Inquire at Spielberg Castle Gates. Now we want to be a Hero of the Realm, so we're going to do this, for sure. Notice spell components needed, cash or trade for potions. Inquire at the healers. Alright. This poster seems to have been here a while. It has a picture of a handsome but arrogant young man. Reward of 50 gold coins for information leading to the return of Baronet Barnard von Spielberg. Inquire at Spielberg Castle Gates. So, we have a fair number of quests, some of them small, some of them large. Hello. Hi. Ah, okay. Let's wake the guildmaster. Ah, I was so busy I didn't notice you come in. Welcome, welcome. It is so seldom that we have new adventurers here. Most people think this valley is cursed. Okay, ask about valley. You know, that reminds me very little of the time old Schultz and I... Wait a minute, it'll come to me. Okay, well... Baron von Spielberg was once a brave protector of our valley. We used to adventure together when we were younger, many, many years ago apparently. No brigand or monster would dare show his face here if the Baron had not angered Baba Yaga. Oh, a new name. Now it is said that he goes nowhere and sees no one. Baba Yaga, you say? She is the center of our problems. I think Baba Yaga is a powerful ogress. Baron von Spielberg tried to force her to leave this valley, but she cursed him. Now the Baron has lost everything but his land, and I don't know how long he will keep that. What our valley needs is a hero. Good thing I'm here. A curse? Yeah, what with the Baron losing his son and daughter, all the monsters, Baba Yaga, and now the brigands, it has been one thing after another. Okay, we'll take those in order. Ask about the Baron's son. He was a hero and worthy of the name Barnard von Spielberg. He rode off to hunt one morning 5 years ago, and his horse returned with large and deep claw marks. No sign of the Baronet's body was ever found. Meaning, of course, that he's dead and we should probably just not look for him. Elsa was a beautiful 8-year-old child with blonde hair and sky-blue eyes. She was the Baron's pride and joy. 10 years ago, she was carried off by something which came over the wall and flew off with her. The search for her lasted many years, but at last everyone gave up. Everyone, that is, except for the Baron's jester, Yorick. Really? Yorick was a funny little man, but brave. He swore he would spend his life searching for the Baron's Elsa. A jester? Oh, and he's asleep. Welcome back. It is good to see you again. So many adventurers never return. Someday you and I will go on an adventure together. It sounds like an adventure for you might be walking out the door. Ask about Brigand Warlock. I'm sorry, I only know what's written on the poster. If we remember, the Brigand Warlock was said to laugh constantly. I wonder if that's something, say, a jester would do. Well, we can ask about the monsters. Oh, you're not close enough. Oh, Balls. Okay. Yeah. Ask about monsters. You can see some of the types of monsters that live around here if you look at our walls. We don't know about Antwerps. One year this valley was overrun by those odd and terrible monsters. Schultz and I fought long and hard to eliminate them completely. We might have failed even so had it not been for those two peculiar tourists who came to our aid. Really? They certainly were strange. Ah, okay. Well, you're just gonna go to sleep again, so let's head out. We read the quest, signed our name in the book, so we're probably good. There isn't anything for us in the magic shop. Well, we probably get points for asking. About stuff. We've already accumulated 15 points. Tall shelves with books and odds and ends suited to magic line the walls. In front of you is a counter with a pentagram embossed on the front. The ceiling and the far wall are mysterious indeed. There is a strange symbol on the floor. Ah. Okay. This living creature must be some sort of familiar. There is an uncanny look in its eyes, and you don't want to look at it too closely. It definitely has magic. Okay. Oh, hello. Bam! I am Zara, and my companion is Damiano. Hello to you too. The items in the shop are designed for those skilled in the use of magic. We have very little for ones such as you who have not been initiated, but what we have could prove useful. Mostly in the realm of potions. He was once the great leader of this land until he was foolish enough to anger Baba Yaga. It sounds like she's magic. She is a powerful and wicked hag. You would be wise to avoid her. She cursed the Baron von Spielberg when he tried to drive her away. A curse? This is Baba Yaga's curse, cast upon the Baron years ago. Upon von Spielberg and all his clan, this curse I now demand. What I will shall come full measure, so shall ye lose all that ye treasure. There is always a way to break a curse. Possibly Erasmus knows more about this one. We'll have to remember to ask him about that. Maybe you know about the creature. We are entities of magic and power. Matters such as that are of little importance. Okay. How about the Baron's son? We choose only to answer questions which interest us. Do not persist with uninteresting questions. Fine. Be that way. I don't want to talk to you anyway. Whatever. Well, we got one more point. I didn't think to look at when we got that. What time is it? It is midday on day 1. Okay. So, let's move up here. Hello. You can smell apples as you approach this corner. The pretty young centaur looks at you and says, "Good day and welcome to Spielberg. Do you wish to buy some nice fresh fruits or vegetables? Would you like to sell me some?" This appears to be a market street. In the corner is a fruit and vegetable stand, or farmer's mart. Next to it is a dry goods store, and next to that is a house. Across the street you see the back of the barber shop and the sheriff's office. Okay. The creature in charge of the farmer's mart is a rather lovely and shy-looking young centaur. Ask about name. I am Hilda, daughter of Heinrich Ferdefedern, the farmer. That name is a bit hard to pronounce. Ask about father. My father is Heinrich Ferdefedern, who works our farm just north of town. Okay, how about the farm? We have some land to the north of town. It isn't very big, but we grow many things. You should be here during the harvest time. Then you would see many fruits and vegetables. I see quite a few. How about the Baron? Okay, I do not get about very much, and I do not really know about many things. A naive little girl. Um, ask for date. Thank you, but my father thinks I am too young. He would not permit it, but perhaps next year. Now, you wouldn't really know to type any of that in, but in the VGA remake, it pops up a box of conversational elements, and one of them is to ask for a date. So I figured I would see if it works in the EGA version. Now, we can look at the apples. The selection is meager and the appearance is not of the best, but the aromas are strangely enticing. A barrel contains some small apples, and there are several types of vegetables on the counter. We have some gold and silver. Maybe she'll think better of us if we buy some of her wares. You carefully select 10 of the best apples from the barrel and pay the lady a silver piece. Maybe some more. Ah, maybe not. Okay. Well, no matter. They're cheap. We actually will use them later. Let's go in the dry goods store. Look about. This looks like a dry goods store, but it smells like a musty library. The stove feels nice on such a crisp day. Behind the counter and on the shelves there are many and various items for sale. The shopkeeper appears to ignore you while he reads a book. Look at the book. It looks pretty normal. Okay. Well, let's go up here. Hello. Oh, I'm sorry, the shopkeeper blurts out. I didn't notice you coming in. My, you look like an adventurer. We don't see too many around here. The brigands tend to get rid of most adventurers before they make it to town. You may be in luck. I carry a modest amount of adventurer's equipment behind the counter. Would you like to make a purchase? I don't know. What do you have? Unfortunately, I have only standard weapons and equipment, the shopkeeper tells you. I carry daggers and chain armor. Maybe someday I'll be able to carry magic ones, though. And you will, I think. I can also sell you food or empty flasks for carrying liquids or powders. We don't need food yet, but we will want 2 flasks. Here you are. Thank you for your patronage. He does have some stuff like the armor, but we don't use it. We're a thief. Our leather armor is good enough. We can attempt this house. Open the door. The door appears to be locked. Let's not pick the lock right in the middle of the day. Okay, we appear to have a baker, a butcher, and a tavern, an alley, and a thing to the left. You are in the northwest corner of town. There are a butcher shop and a bakery on the north side of the street. Across from them are the backs of buildings on the next street over. The magic shop and the old lady's house. The tavern in the corner looks rather run down, and the alley beside it is dark. On the other side of the tavern is a rather practical-looking building, like a workshop. Okay. Well, let's read this note. There is a sign on the door which says, "Gone fishing." Okay. Nobody appears to do business in this town. Another sign that says, "Gone fishing." Let's just head into the alley. Alms. Alms for the poor. Yeah, we can give him a silver. Thanks. You know, it's really tough trying to make a living begging in this town since the brigands started scaring all the trade away. This used to be such a nice place to live. My advice to you is not to take up begging. It just doesn't pay. And don't go out at night. Really? I remember when people used to stroll around the town at night. Now the only people out late are the thieves. And outside of town, man, you don't dare go out there after dark. The night gaunts will get you for sure. Thieves? Thieves prowl the streets at night. They don't bother me because I have nothing to steal. The brigands are worse. They sure hurt business. No one's getting rich but them. Night gaunts? Nobody's ever lived to tell what the night gaunts are. I sure don't want to find out. If nobody's lived, how do you know about them? Oh, okay. Okay, well, let's ask about Well, we asked about the thieves. Okay, brigands. Okay, well, we already knew that. Look at the barrels. Are empty and smell of sour beer. Alright. Look at the wall. The walls seem pretty normal, but there are some curious marks at the north ends of the buildings. Really? Some sharp object appears to have been thrown at these walls several times. Perhaps a dagger. A word of warning to you, don't drink the dragon's breath. Which means, of course, that we're going to do so. Now, normally I start off with a save game at the beginning of each episode, but we didn't get a chance to, so we'll just save here and use this one. The grimy window lets little light into this tavern. It smells like stale ale and other more unpleasant things. The floor is covered with dirt and the bar with sticky beer. Smoke appears to be rising from the center cask behind the bar. To your right, two gamblers are playing cards. The bartender glares at you as you enter, and so does the ugly goon on the left. You get the impression that you are not welcome. Okay. The man on the west side of the table is wearing a blood-stained apron, like a butcher. The man on the east has on a baker's hat. They seem to be deeply involved in their game. A game? I thought they were going fishing. Got any 388s? Go fish! Ah, ha 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 ha. I see. And they'll continue doing that, as long as we're near them. It doesn't look like the bartender ever wipes up spills, and the glasses are truly filthy. Let's look at the goon. Looks really tough and mean. He's not someone to pick a fight with. No, he is not. Okay. There seems to be something slimy spilled on top of the stool, and it is eating into the wood. You think perhaps you should sit on the next stool over. Okay, well, we have a flask. We can't get it. Okay, no matter. There are several. There are several drunk men. What do you want? Well, first of all, there's a thing on the ground. Well, I happen to know that it's a note. Pick up note. You smooth out the piece of paper and read. B. He's starting to act suspicious. Better save this drop for emergencies. B. I wonder who the B is. Butcher and baker? Somehow I doubt it, since they're right over there. Hello there. What do you want? This is a bar. I serve drinks. You want a drink? Order one. You want answers to stupid questions? Get out. Okay, how about drinks? We've got some of the finest ale in the valley. Only 1 silver. I suspect that it's the only ale in the valley. Our world-famous troll sweat is always fresh, and it's only 5 silvers. The dragon's breath is our specialty, and it's Crusher's personal favorite. It's very hard to come by, so it'll cost you 25 silver, cash up front. We'll create a temporary save. Order dragon's breath. The bartender is emphatic as he tells you, if you want a mug of dragon's breath, house rules say it'll have to be cash up front. You cough up the cash. Thanks, buddy. Hey, Crusher, our friend here wants dragon's breath. Ha 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 ha. He's smiling. That's not good. There you go. Plop. Drink. You've never tasted anything like it before. Oh, wow. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Poof. And we're dead. Maybe you really shouldn't have tried the dragon's breath. Better luck next time, and we hope you saved your game. Talk about a fiery brew. Ha 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 ha. Well, good thing we did. We'll just stand up. There's nothing else much for us. We could get Crusher mad at us, but there's really no point. Wow, look, door. Well, let's open it. The door appears to be locked. Again, we will not try to do that. We can sneak about, tiptoeing, but there's no point in it during the day in the town. So, let's continue here. We have pretty much seen the entire town. We've done everything that there is to do, I believe. At least for this period. The breeze is cool, but you feel a shiver deeper than just the cold. You're on your own in a very dangerous place. And there's the Spielberg sign. The road from town branches here. The eastern fork is the road which brought you into this valley. And we'll save here and continue in the next episode. See you there.